Welcome everybody to episode 303 of the effing title. I am Big Husky.
And I am DeNutte.
And I am wearing a shirt with a wolf on it.
Remember that band? 303?
303?
303?
I don't. The only one that I remember is 3-6 Mafia.
303 was like, it came out like the late 2000s, early 2010s, and it was like goofy party rock, white boy rap.
Oh, 3OH3. Yep, I do remember them. Yep, nope.
That was their.
Oh, was
their
that
logo.
okay? When you did that, I thought you were doing Diamond Dallas Page for a moment. I'm sitting there, I was like, we're going we're wrestling. We're wrestling this thing up now, like, bang. Hi everyone. We're back.
Hello.
We're back again.
303.
303. So as if you're visually watching this, also I adjusted your webcam box now.
Oh, was it bigger? Is it?
No, so there was so on mine it's like perfectly set for my webcam, but for yours I'm screen capturing the display capture, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't have it perfectly captured correctly. So like there was a little bit, it was a little off, and I went in and I wanted to make sure I cropped it because it was bothering me. Very small, minor thing that I was noticing that was pissing me off.
You get to see my knickknacks more clearly now.
Exactly, all of our knickknacks.
I'm reversed, so I'm always throwing it off. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you're visually watching this, you'll see a background and all the wild stuff. I made it very obvious what we're talking about this week. And,
is it PAX?
It's PAX. Yeah. I looked up PAX East, found just a random picture of like the thing, and then giant logo.
I actually think that this is last year's PAX East.
It may have been. I'm not sure.
It is. I know for sure because
Dune Awakening.
The Dune Awakening was here again this year, but that is the old booth.
Yes, there was Dune Awakening, new player experience. What's that? Chronosphere, AFK Journey. Yeah, I typed in PAX East 2025, and this looked like a cool background. So I was like, there.
So this is like kind of coming in from kind of where the escalators down into it come from.
Okay.
And then there's like this. So it's this huge place. So like if you look at the top, there's this whole catwalk, and like you could stand over the whole place. So everything behind that, there's more stuff, and then there's a huge card arena, which I didn't take a picture of it yet. But PAX East.
PAX East, baby. DeNutte went to PAX East for the fourth time.
Yeah. I
was gonna say I wanted to say 3, but then I was like, that still seems too low. For the 4th year in a row, I'm going to.
Fourth.
I'm going to. I'll say it now, so therefore it is out there, right?
Yeah.
I would like to go next year.
We can make it work next year.
Yeah, I would like to go. I think it would be cool to go next year. I think it's one of those things where I've said it before, either PAX East or TwitchCon. Both of them are out of my price range. However, one of them is a little bit easier to do.
One of them we can just drive there.
Yeah, right.
Because where's TwitchCon? Do they do it different places?
I think it's either San Diego or Vegas.
Yeah, that much more. Vegas is actually pretty cheap, but
yeah. I mean, either way, let's be honest here. I'm going to be spending a lot of money. Like,
I don't know what 4-day pass is. 1-day pass is like $75, and I would imagine it's cheaper to do a 4-day pass. You know what's funny? They do. This is like a little nitpick. So when you buy your pass online, you can do will call or you can ship it to you. You used to be able to just do straight will call. You go pick it up. Now you have to have it shipped to you, so you have to pay $15 to ship it to you.
Okay.
Unless you buy it 2 weeks before, and then it's only will call. But at that point, like, I went Saturday this year. I've been on every other year. I went on a Friday. Okay. Saturday always sells out. So, it's the only day that like really sells out. Thursday is like I've never been on Thursday. It's quiet. Friday's still busy. You know what? I've been on. It's going Saturday and Friday. It's just as busy.
Now, is it Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Or is it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday as well? Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but Sundays they end early though. Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, we obviously we can look into that later. But DeNutte went to PAX, and this has kind of been a new yearly tradition thing where we kind of go over all the stuff that you saw, all the things you saw, the muscle mommy that he saw.
Your muscle mommy.
Yes, my muscle mommy. God, I love her to death. She's fucking awesome. But how
We'll
was
get to that. It's funny.
How was it?
It was good. I'm glad I went. I'm always glad when I go. My only thing is, it's like you can get pretty much everything you want in one day if you just do the main exhibit hall.
Yeah.
If you want like to do panels and stuff, this and that, then you should go a couple days, because especially if there's like a panel you want to go to, like, you know, like Magic had a big one Saturday, and like that you have to wait in line, and it's like the whole thing when you're in there. So like we thought there was we were like pretty much done by 2. We started at 10, so we saw pretty much everything we wanted. The only thing is, so this year it was probably the smallest one I've been to. Even like the first 2 years I went, it was like a mask mandatory event, still COVID heavy. The first, like, my buddy who's going to go with me the first year I went, he got COVID like the week before, he couldn't go. So it was mask heavy the last couple of years. The first 2 years I went, and then the last 2 was no mask. But because they came like the year before, they had a huge COVID outbreak at PAX.
Oh. Shit.
So it was like an epicenter for COVID one year. So, it's funny, actually. I was supposed to go to a birthday party last Sunday, and I ended up not going. And my buddy texted me while I was at PAX. He was like, "Good thing you didn't come. We all got neurovirus. We're all messed up."
Oh, damn.
I'm like, shout out.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep, so
okay, so yeah, I saw the Magic had they released not the release. No, yes, they did release. They revealed a ton of the Final Fantasy set, which looks insane.
I kind of wish we did it. So start off, the very first booth we went to, because we were in like the first 100 people to get in. We were like in line. We got there early. We were like, where do we go first? I was like, so how the convention's set up, like how we see here, we see the dune, we see that stuff. That's like at the front. That's like always like the big stuff, like the bigger studios, like some AAA, some like AA, and then everything back that is like way more independent. And then it's also like there's a gaming arena. There's that big one with the white lights kind of near the X. That's the Pokemon arena, which like we could not.
There, isn't there?
Yeah, so that's like you can learn how to play Pokemon. It's the whole thing. That is always packed. You just can't get in.
Damn. I mean,
even like
fair.
When we walked in, it was like it gets to the point to the line where they're like, we're not taking more people right now.
Yeah, we'll just wait out.
Yeah, so like you almost have to wait to the side and be like, I'm jumping in now. So but it's always packed, so we didn't get in. Even like when we rushed in, that was like the first thing to fill up. But actually, right where like that toy, we see toy, that's where like the Magic booth was.
I see toy.
Just kind of funny.
There, yep.
Yeah, right above you.
Yep.
And so it was actually double-sided. So this side where it says toy and the next side were 2 scenes where you could take pictures. And I kind of wish I did. One side you could take picture with Cloud Sword in a setting.
Oh, shit, really?
And the other side was the Sephiroth sword. And there was a big line for that. We didn't end up doing that. But on the other side, very first thing we did was you didn't play Magic. They had like 4 tables, like 5 to 6 people, and then an employee you sit with, and it's kind of like an intro to the Tarkir series. So you got a free boost. We got a free booster.
Oh, there we go. Get anything? Anything spicy?
Yeah, I got like a really good land.
Oh, there
it's
we
like
go.
Like a $15 land.
Oh, okay.
My buddy got my buddy who's never played Magic. He got like a $40 like showcase card, like a special like only event only card from this pack.
Ooh, awesome.
And so what we did was we had 5 of us. We sat. Actually, there was this whole mirror thing. You could pick. You could do these like attributes, and you would show you which clan you're part of. And you were right, Mordu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me. And then so we sat at this table, and we had a guy, and he had like. We opened up our cards. You looked at the cards. He gave us all a booster pack, and then he had these questions, and it was a game, and it was like, so he would be like, one of them was like, which character would have a cat, and what cat would that be? And like, what was the cat's name? And he like, you have to come up with a story, sort of thing. Like, like that one. Like I put a fire dragon. His name was Bert, and his cat was named Bernie. And then it was like you discard 2 cards and you draw 2 cards. So I'm like the cat steals the cards, so you have to get 2 more.
Oh, okay.
It's just like you just get like creative with it. And then if you then the employee picks out who won, who has the best one,
Mm-hmm.
and if you win at the end, you have the most cards, you get a prize, and you end up getting like a special Magic on deck.
Oh,
like a starter deck, which I watched. I'm like, that, I would have loved that.
Yeah.
And then like I won one. It was like you let one of your characters borrow $20. He's not giving it back to you. What's the story? What's going on? And like I had like an artisan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like something artisan. And I was like, he's gotten really into pottery. He's gotten really into psychedelics, and like you just kind of he like shuts his phone off. You can't get a hold of him. So I won that one actually.
That's awesome.
A good story. And then like my other buddy had one where it was a whale, and it was he's like, it was like if there's a party, what's the main attraction to the party? And like I had like this feral dragon. I'm like, he's like the worst animal at the petting zoo, but like you should still try to pet him, but he eats everyone. You know, dumb thing. And then like my buddy, he's like, he pulled out this whale car, and it's not a vehicle. It would have been even fun if it was a vehicle. But he was like, this is the party bus. This is how we all show up. And like, just like, we just had fun with it.
Yeah.
So I won one. My buddy won one, and this other kid won 2. So he ended up winning. And then we all got, for participating, we all got, like little, can't show this side. Got little dragon pins.
Oh, that's sick looking.
So that's why I asked which one you liked, but none of us got the one you liked.
That's actually, funnily enough, that's that one that you first showed. That's Nerev, and Nerev is the Mardu dragon spirit. Yeah.
So that's fun.
There you go.
And then Cat got.
Okay. Oh, I'm not sure what the name of it is, but it's the Jeskai one. Yeah, it's the Jeskai one.
But Cat got a couple pins.
Ooh, look at that.
One says Lizard Wizard, and one is. So there was this booth, right? We're heading out, and like actually it was right next to the entrance where the way you enter, you like walk around the whole building, you go to the back, and they set you up in lines, and then right next to it is like this cookie booth.
Ooh.
It's like weird like cookies for charity or something. I forget the name. And a bunch of people ran over to that, and I was like, oh, those must be good cookies. So then at the end, I was like, oh, there's no line. Let's go grab some cookies. So we grabbed a couple cookies. And he's like, how much do you want to pay? And I was like, I was like, how much are they? He's like, how much do you want to pay? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, this is all charity. Whatever you pay whatever you want. So we got 4 cookies, and I was like, I don't know, $10. He's like, oh, okay. And then Cat.
I like the premise of it, but yeah, no, I'd be in the same situation.
We had no idea.
Here, like.
So, but Cat bought this pin. It's a cookie goblin. It's a fun little pin.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Little Cookie Monster goblin thing. So that she had to pay for that. So then that was like 15. So like we like Cat had a 20, and I had given him a 10. So he was like, "Oh, change is for something. I got to get some change." And I'm like, we were just like, keep it. I don't know, like. And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Donations." And we were like, and I was like, we're both like, I don't know what to do. Even my friends were like, that was weird. We didn't understand that at all.
Yeah, no, it's that's how I feel now these days when you go to Subway, and they have the tip thing now, and it's one of those things. It's like
I haven't been yet.
Oh, you haven't? So at Subway now,
I haven't been to Subway in years.
You go to Subway, they make the sandwich up, they do all the stuff, and they're like, okay, it's like da-da-da. You know, it's like you put your card in. It's like, okay, it's gonna ask if you want to leave a tip.
Oh yes,
and
like
it's one of those things.
Anywhere.
Like, I'm looking at it, and it's like,
I did that the other day, and I'm like, are they gonna hate me?
I hate that I do this, but actually I don't. If it's my neighbor, I give a tip. If it's not my neighbor, I don't give a tip. It's that simple. Like,
yeah, that's your neighbor. Actually, I got empanadas there, and it had the same thing, and I went, no.
Okay, so so Magic set was awesome. What gaming though? Like gaming things.
That's the thing is like the gaming this year. Nothing like really
like stood out.
Yeah, so like the two biggest booths there. Okay, so let's go to 3 biggest booths they had. Okay. Gaming booths. Dune Awakening, which comes out, which actually was an open beta not open beta, it was a closed beta.
Yeah.
Last weekend. Tried to get in, and it's out in 3 weeks.
Okay.
4 weeks. 3 weeks. It's out in 3 weeks. So like that's full release in 3 weeks. So I'm like, all right, well, I could play it, huge line, but it's out in 3 weeks.
That's it. I mean, and one of the things you gotta, I mean, I'm assuming you probably thought of too is it's like I can either play this game I'm assuming it's standing as well.
That one's sitting.
Yeah,
like,
but like
most of them, it's like the big ones are sitting. A lot of them are like, there's a lot of sitting. It's the smaller, like the double A ones that you stand at.
It's
yeah,
like,
so like that's a sitting one.
Do I want to experience this at a convention first, or do I want to experience this
at
home
so
where I'm at?
I'm gonna buy it. I already know I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Whatever. The next biggest was the Larian booth for Baldur's Gate, which was there last year. And that game was already out.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna be there for the next couple of years until Larian's
next. So like it's just interesting that they're back with nothing new. It was just a Baldur's Gate booth.
Yeah.
But we took pictures and I sent them to Husky, and he was like, "Is that
Autumn Ivy?"
Autumn?
Yeah.
Autumn. He's like, "Is that freaking Autumn Ivy?" And I was like, "I don't know." And I looked it up and I'm like, "Yep, that's her." And I was like, "He's like," and you know what? He has sent me her before, so like, I went, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's who that is."
It was funny because it's like Dude was sending me pictures throughout the entire time. It's like he sent me a picture of him getting Mardu, which was hilarious because I said I thought that would be the clan for Magic and Tarkir that he would like. And then like he sends me that one. I was like, oh look, it's Baldur's Gate. And immediately before anything else I said, I was like, zoom in. It's like that's Autumn Ivy. So yeah,
you live in my dream. So she was dressed as Karlak.
Yep.
Everyone's favorite muscle mommy. And like the Mind Flayer was really good. His costume was awesome.
That was the more I looked at, like, 'cause of course,
and he was standing there and he was doing like his NPC. He's like NPC animation, just kind of standing there. And then he came up and talked to me, and we all of us were like, "What did he say to you?" I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "We couldn't hear him." I thought he was telling me to show him my titties, and I was like, so I went like, and he's like, so that was funny. And then so then there's a Shadowheart kind of jumping around, and then there's a Lizelle. Not that we didn't see the Lizelle at all, but she was bouncing around too. So that was fun. We took a picture of the three of the main characters. Well, I guess Mind Flayer is kind of a could be anything. There's not really a main Mind Flayer. There's the one you find in the camp, but what? Yeah, that one. Yeah, you could fuck one of the Mind Flayers. So I don't remember his name, but he doesn't join your party though. Does he join your party?
Oh, he's on there, all right.
Well, I know he's in that. You can fuck him, but I can't remember. I can't remember if he's like he joined. Like
yes, he's in your party. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I mean, you could fuck a bear in that game. So
fair.
One of our buddies fucked the bear in the playthrough. So that was fun. And then third biggest booth was Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, because they just came out with their new.
They're about to.
Yeah.
They're about to come out with the new co-op game, which would be cool. I'm kind of interested in that. That'd be fun to play co-op because like the thing, I don't know if you're familiar with the Souls games like Elden Ring and Dark Souls and
very limited knowledge, but I've seen obviously like most people.
Invasion has always been a big thing. Like in the Souls games, you can do like a co-op battle, but it's like a super convoluted way. You have to find a material, and then when you use that material, it goes away. So you have to get more. It's like a finger. You have to find a finger or buy a finger, and then it's like you have to use it in a certain spot. And if you want to play with a friend, they have to use it at the same spot. You can set up a code, so like you won't get a random, but like you have to literally coordinate with your friend online, not online, but like in chat or like on the phone. You have to coordinate like that. So it's like kind of a pain. And then in Elden Ring, it's kind of a similar thing. It's much easier. Like you can go to a boss battle, and then there's a section where you can summon someone, and you set up a code and you do a whole thing. But you can't play the true game co-op. You can just do like bosses.
The one thing that I did hear from someone, I forgot who it was. They've enjoyed those games before. But they said the thing they thought was weird was that they're doing like classes to an extent, and they've never really done that before. I guess I could be 100% wrong.
I don't know that much about the game.
I could be 100%
the new
wrong,
one,
but that's what I've seen because like I saw one thing where it was a video and they were like this is the archer class and like you can do an archer, and I'm sitting there like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then I sent it to someone and they're like, yeah, that's ruining. And I'm sitting there like, hey, whoa, hey.
I think it's fun that they're like trying it. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I don't really know anything about it. I just
Yeah,
know that they're doing it. I didn't really like. I only put like 21 hours into Elden Ring,
mhm.
which is like nothing. And I just went, yeah, this game's great. Not for me.
Yeah.
It might be different if I could play with friends, but that would also be like I'm not going to play with randoms. I would get it if like like a group wanted to play it.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
I don't know. You can play with 3 people. You can play it solo. Do whatever. I don't know how full it's going to be compared to
Hmm.
the original Elden Ring. So that was so didn't go to that one. There's one goblin. There's like a goblin thing where it was like always up, but you're in like ice cream trucks. One was a Red Bull truck. We saw people playing. It looked fun. I think it was like a race. You race against another person. So like that kind of was cool. A lot of indie games. A lot of it's like almost like tech stuff where it's like they created some sort of engine and like you could make a game out of that.
Yeah.
Or it's like just like a puzzle or a platformer or like very independent, which is like kind of what the Penny Arcade Expo has always kind of been about.
Hmm.
But we didn't usually there's like a few games where I'm like, this looks real cool. I'm going to try this out. And then, but we didn't, none of us really saw anything that stood out to us this year.
Interesting.
A lot of colleges there this year. The college I work for was there.
Oh, there we go.
They actually had a big booth. They had probably the biggest college booth.
Oh, damn.
And that it's not even the esports. It was like game design and stuff. So
Oh, really?
yeah. So you figure it would be like kind of like because they have a big esports team. So you figure they might do that and the design, but it is what it is.
I remember at one point I was looking online and I found that they were looking for an Overwatch coach, and I was like, I should apply. And then I kept reading it, and I was like, never mind. Like, it's like I'm not even gonna embarrass myself if I even try to do that. Nah, I'm good. Like, so cool. So it's normally every year you come back with like a couple games where you're like, I saw this, and I look them up and I'm like, oh yeah, look at these.
It didn't get that this year. Yeah, it just or like it was like games. A lot of games this year that like Devolver had a big booth again. Scarlet Rain or Crimson, I don't know. It's a game I've never really heard of. I saw that was a thing. That had a big booth.
Now, only thing I was gonna say is like, could it be? Because I'm assuming with a lot of these booths, right, it's gonna take time and it's gonna take a couple months to like get it figured out. This is what we're doing. This is what we're showing.
Yeah.
Do you think this could have been partially in effect for GTA 6? Because we didn't know it was coming out next year. We assumed it was coming out later. We assumed it was coming out later this year. But then when they announced that they were pushing it back and this is the official date, because there was that big rumor that I remember hearing.
A lot of people were canceling stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they were canceling stuff, or they weren't. They were refusing to release the date of their game until GTA 6 released it, because they wanted to know when to stay away from releasing. That was the big thing that I saw. So
now we know May, maybe it was September. So I don't know. Maybe I think like look at the heyday of like gaming expos, mid 2000s. Like E3 was like the like the biggest thing on the world.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. PAX West might be bigger. I don't know. Never.
No idea.
But I don't know. I think like it's just they're like, why spend all this money, right? Warframe didn't have a booth, but they had a big presentation.
I was gonna say, I remember you saying the Warframe was gonna be there and they were doing.
We
something.
actually accidentally walked up to it thinking it was something else, and then I'm like, oh, we can go on the Warframe thing. Like, none of us play Warframe. So
I was gonna say, I remember trying Warframe when I first started streaming like 5 years ago. I tried playing on stream a couple times, and I just got a really bad headache every single time I played it.
It's super fast, and the FOV is not desirable. But then that's like what people like. So I don't.
And there was a lot of dark environments with bright lights, so the fast movement with that was, I think that's what was doing it. But I remember being there. I was like, this game's sick. If I wasn't getting headaches,
still obsessed with it. So
yeah. I was like, if I wasn't chronically like in pain.
Well, we talked about Dead Games, The Division. The Division's coming out with brand new DLC in 2 weeks.
Oh,
you're going back to New York. Big DLC's coming out.
New York.
So 5 years later, they're coming out with DLC, which is kind of impressive. It is Ubisoft. Actually, one thing I saw, I bought some art.
Oh, okay.
as I do, I always buy dumb art pieces. There's this guy artist called Bland Cody. We walked up to his booth. It was like really cool art. A lot of Ubisoft stuff. So like, and then like he big Assassin's Creed stuff. So I bought an Assassin's Creed one. It's
Oh, is it Edward?
yeah. So
Yeah.
Black Flag, like battle scene, huge cool scene.
Oh, that's sick looking.
And so like you get this side, there's a bigger one. He actually he signed it too.
Oh, yep, right
So
there.
I talked to him. Yep. And then, well, it was cheaper to buy two, so I was like, I'm buying two then. And then I bought a Tiny Tina one
Oh, that's sick looking.
because he had a big Borders lands, so he signed that one too. And I guess the head of like, because he's like I can't remember his name right now. And then they said his name, and I went, oh, yep, that guy, head of the Borderlands studio. He was signing there the day before, and he's like, I sold out of everything. I sold so much because he was here.
That's funny.
But he said he's working on two. He just finished two Borderlands like battle scenes like that Assassin's Creed one. One for the original, one for 3, and he's working on one for the new game.
I was gonna say the new game's starting to get more and more.
So I think he's like tied in. Actually, he's got like licensing stuff because even like on the back of he has like an authentication card. He has like Borderlands, BioShock, Mafia.
Oh shit! Look at that.
So it's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, no,
I like
that's
those
awesome,
frames.
dude. Yeah, no, those are cool.
And then also like I love my knickknacks, so I've also bought 2 maps.
Ooh, maps for what though?
These are like cloth maps.
Okay.
So we got New Vegas.
I was about to say Fallout because I could see the vault
Yeah.
symbol, and
It's got like a couple drawings on it. Like it has a Death Claw. It's got like a power armor thing. It's got a Rad Roach.
Oh, that's awesome.
So and then it has like a to-do thing. It's find Benny, kill Benny, water chip? Question mark. That's a Fallout one.
I know someone that would
and
be
then
mad that they don't have that.
so that's a cool. And then I got a.
Oh,
This the map to Hamunaptra from the Mummy 1. I was like, that's really cool.
That's really cool.
So I was like, I love it. So I'm getting that. So those are my knickknacks I bought. I also bought as much as I complain about Baldur's Gate, I bought a Baldur's Gate shirt.
Oh, really? Awesome.
It's a very cool shirt, so I bought that.
I dig it.
So, and then like, you know what? This year actually, PAX merch pretty lame.
Yeah.
Their whole theme.
I was gonna say, seems like a very I'm gonna say timid, probably not the correct word, but very timid year. It seems like for PAX East then.
Yeah, it was. Like there was a lot of good showings, but like as far as like getting to see new games, this and that, like last year. So like actually before I get into it, like PAX, the whole theme this year was like Metro, like graffiti, old school 90s. Okay. So like a lot of the graffiti stuff just felt kind of lame, and then. I didn't like any of the clothes. Like last year was I think last year was VHS themed. I could be wrong. One year was VHS themed. 1 year was space themed. They were all like really cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see anything that like I like got in line and I went, I don't like this stuff, and I got out.
I guess normally when it's PAX weekend, I know about it because we've talked about it, so we can get this all set up. But then 2, I normally see stuff online about it. The only stuff I really saw was I had 2 friends from the glitch community. They were there, or a couple friends. I only saw 2 of them posting. Obi and Seaforest, they were posting stuff that they were there. And then outside of that, it was the Magic Final Fantasy stuff. I wouldn't even consider that technically PAX, really. But outside of those, though, I didn't see anything.
Magic always has huge stuff at PAX because, like, so like as much as this stuff is, it's maybe a half to 2/3 of like the whole convention, and then the last third of the convention is all tables.
Yeah.
So I was very interested towards the end. There's a Star Wars game, TCG.
Yep.
Star Wars Unlimited. I kind of was like trying to convince my friends, like, let's go try this out. My buddy was like, meh. Who plays Magic and this and the stuff? He didn't really seem that interested in it. And I was like, all right, maybe we can play that.
I was gonna say it's one that I keep seeing online. I just keep looking at. I'm like, I was actually, funny enough, you say it. I was actually looking at booster packs recently, just of random card games.
We can look into it and play it. I don't know.
Oh, 100%.
We figure it out.
100%. 100%.
So that didn't see any One Piece. They had overpowered TCG. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, maybe it's something like overpowered. But I was listening to the guy give the spiel to someone,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they don't release boosters, they don't have like rare cards, they just release decks. So, because he's like, we don't want like the price to be gouged, we don't want like this crazy collection scene. We just want like every deck to come in to be crazy powerful. So it's like always kind of even. I don't know. He's kind of giving the spiel, but there was like My Hero Academia. There's a couple animes that they had for it. They didn't have that one that has like Hunter x Hunter and stuff. Wasn't there this year.
Weird.
Didn't see any One Piece. Surprised I didn't see any One Piece. How popular it is.
I was gonna say, One Piece is weird because I feel like it's popular, but it isn't at the same time. Like,
I know, but I thought there might be something.
yeah.
They always have a big like Wormwood booth, which is like the custom gaming tables and desks.
Mm-hmm.
They're like $3,000 kitchen tables, but they're like the nicest quality, and then the top comes off, and it has a whole like you could play inside of it. You could play board games, you could build Lego, you could do whatever you want in it.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Like,
they're very cool. They're very cool, but they're just because it's all custom. Yeah. It's very expensive. And then like I didn't see it, but I knew they were there because they were one of the sponsors, and they had a booth. I saw a booth last year. It's like these gaming chairs where it's like, like Herman Miller chairs. You ever seen those? Where it's like the formed wood and it's pad.
Yeah.
So they do like a kind of like a version of that, kind of played down, and then they can make an ottoman, and has a monitor mount, and it has a tray for like a mouse and keyboard. So it's a gaming station chair, but like a classy gaming setup where it's like it fits with like a modern furniture. It's modern furniture, but for a gaming setup. Which like if I didn't have space, I had money, sure maybe, but like I have to sit here at my desk and it's whatever. Yeah. And so that's like for more of like a casual gamer who has money. It's cool. It's a lot of money for it's like $2,000 for a full setup. Yeah, which is like that's a hard pill to swallow, like so. But if you say your significant other like doesn't want to look at all your gaming stuff, then like just put you in a corner with this chair. You can
fair, yeah.
Plug your Xbox into it. You have your monitor. You have all your stuff, or you have your PC. So just stuff you in the corner. So, I mean, or if you have like a studio apartment, that would be perfect.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I mean, they're cool. It's just pricey. A lot of the stuff is just very pricey.
Yeah.
Because it's all very like boutique stuff.
Fair.
So, but that's all who can afford to go to the event because it's not like a small creator event. There's a handful of like people who are selling like comic book stores selling stuff.
Yeah.
Where they're selling retro games and this and that. Like there's one guy who's always there and he has the tiniest booth and he sells painted minis and he sells like Gundams. He sells like Magic cards, but like not like singles. He just sells like old packs. Like my buddy got this really old like starter deck and it was like $15 and he's like dope. And he got that. So like the old school Magic start to play deck.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know which one he got, but like he was happy, so he got one of those. But then there's a huge section for like board games, smaller companies with board games. There's like an independent book publisher.
I was gonna say
there's a bunch. There's a few like places selling very overpriced singles.
I was gonna say
so Kat was looking at stuff, and I was like, "It's cool. It's just better to find it online because like it's just so much cheaper because they have to make their money there."
Well,
so
the thing is, that you know that they're going to be raising the prices more
unless
than
you're like unless you're like a trader, you're trading stuff because they do that too. So
I was gonna say was big for that. Was Ravensburger there?
I didn't see him. No.
Interesting.
Gloomhaven. They had a booth.
Okay.
I have a buddy who got super into that. They actually have games now too, online games. I know have it on Epic. Catan had a booth, which we went up to it. I'm like, oh, maybe there's cool Catan stuff, but it was just showing people Catan. They weren't selling anything.
They're just like, here, play our game.
Yeah, I'm surprised they had nothing. Like they didn't have any merch or anything. I think you could buy like a Catan box.
Here,
but
please.
Yeah. We have a buddy who went with us who's like, I don't like board games, but I'm like, you play Catan every week. He's like, yeah, but I play online with my friends. I'm like, so
So it's an online board game.
I have it. I have a Catan behind me. It's a kind of like a standard, like everyone, a lot of people have it. I have it, and I've never even played that one. So I've played it, but I've just not played mine since I've gotten it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it was fun. I'm always glad I go. Like I'll go again this year. So this year is in May. Next year it's in March. They always kind of like jump around in dates.
Interesting.
Sometimes it's March, sometimes it's April, sometimes it's May.
Huh. I wonder what the reason for that is.
Yeah, big gripe actually a lot of people had this year is there's a whole outside area that's always really nice. They always have food trucks. It's a nice thing. You get outside, you get to sit down outside. It's kind of rainy this year. It's gross. No food trucks this year. Even inside, they usually have a bunch of food trucks. They only had like a couple food stands. So everyone was complaining about that, which I agree with because like it's these little foods. And then people get complaining about the price. But food trucks have always been expensive. You need to make money somehow.
Yeah, so food truck, like it's kind of one of those things you gotta know that like if you're gonna be getting food from a food truck, you're gonna be paying a little bit more, but most of the time that shit's gonna be on point.
So people were like mad because they're like, I paid all the money for this ticket, and then the food there was super expensive, and I was like, well, that's kind of like what events are. So so that was like I think that was like a gripe people had this year, food trucks. I don't know, that's kind of a funny thing, but again, I had a lot of fun. Just nothing blew my mind this year. Like last year, it's not even a game I played. I think it was really cool booth. The creator of Dragon Ball, they came out with another anime. It's like a tank anime, and then they came out with a game too at the same time.
Oh yes, right.
It's a sand tank game.
Yeah, you play as like a devil.
Yeah, and it looks just like Dragon Ball.
I did a couple reactions to it. And I was like, this looks sick. Like this looks cool.
Sick. They had a booth last year. It wasn't big. They had like a life-size tank, and you could go into it and play the game.
Oh, that's dope.
And so like we tried to get in, and we just couldn't get in. That's a game I like really tried to play last year.
That's one of those things, like that's interesting. It's like now I'm curious as to why, like, because you've said about it in the past about like this game or this game or this game. Why is this the year where there wasn't that much video game wise? Like, and I'm actually really intrigued by this. This is actually like,
yeah, I might be the minority in saying that, but like, one of my buddies who I've gone with the last few years, he's like, you know what? I didn't see anything either. He's like, I don't know if that means I'm just kind of like not liking gaming anymore. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
And that could be it. So, I mean, it always changes. I mean, that is, you know, it's like shit. I used to love Apex. Now I can't stand the game. You know, it's like it's just, you know, how it is growing up, getting old. But
so can you pass it to me? That the bag. So there is like a booth that's there every year that goes. Sure. Actually, no. It's called Many Worlds Tavern. It's kind of like a gaming tea coffee place.
Okay.
So like they always have like play mats.
Yo,
you might have seen me play with this one before. So I have a couple of these. They do very cool, like fantasy.
That's cool. Look, yeah, I was gonna say that's.
So I have another one down there. It's down here. Then like a cityscape.
Oh, a little kitty cat.
Yeah, so just like something different than like a traditional like, you know.
Yeah, the normal bullshit playmat that you always see. Yeah,
so it's just cool stuff. But then they, you know, my buddy always gets tea. Cat bought this tea, and she's drinking it right now. She's like, I love it. It's like a coconut white tea.
Oh, okay. I had a lemon zinger last night at like 12:30, 1 in the morning, and I let it steep for too long, so that shit was too strong. No, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's one we always stop by. They have samples. We always get a sample because I'm like, I don't really like tea, but I've always liked what they've given because it's always like, it's not too out there. It's kind of like, I don't know. Because like I have a buddy who was super into tea, and every time I went to his house, hung out with him all the time. He's like, all right, you got to try this tea. And I'm like, I don't like it. because he got super into tea. He's like,
Gotta try this tea.
tea autism is my new thing. So he had like dozens of types of tea. He had a whole tea set. He got like a $200 kettle. He was like
That's
super into it. Yeah,
that's
super
insane.
super into it.
I
So
love
he
it. That's
still is a
insane.
big tea guy still. But yeah, he's like yeah. So shout out Pano. Yeah, so I don't know. That's one thing we always see. So it was cool, but I also felt like there were also just less booths because there was a couple of areas that just like didn't have anything in them. So I feel like they had less even stuff to fill.
Well, I'm wondering then if that's like if it's a because like this year doesn't really feel like. And I could be wrong, I could be completely wrong about this, and you might be able to correct me on this. Doesn't feel like this is a big year for gaming.
You know what? I think it would have been a cool thing for GTA to have a booth.
Right? I mean, you know
But they
that,
don't. When's the last time you saw them anywhere though? When has Rockstar done this stuff
they
since
don't.
like E3?
Yeah, they don't, and that's the other thing is like they don't need to.
They don't need to, and like that's again is like what I kind of was trying to say is that like where does them spending this like kind of crazy money do anything? Because like the guy we were with at the Magic booth, he's like, I got here Monday. I've been here since Monday, and it was Saturday. So
Yeah,
and
like,
he was here just for this.
yeah, I can. Yeah,
So
there's no. Well, that's interesting because I mean, like next year, I could definitely see, that being there. It'd probably be too early because you said March.
yeah, it's like March 21st, I think.
And it definitely would be too early. Because I was gonna say Gears E Day could be there, but that would be way too early because that comes out in September. Because I just think that's the thing. Is like I can't.
I've never seen any Microsoft stuff ever there.
That's I mean fair. I'm just
So
I'm trying to think just of because like I said like I can't think of any massive games right now other than the ones you kind of announced, which was Dune and Dune.
Elden Ring.
Thank you, Elden Ring. Like other than those two, really, I can't think of anything else this year. As of right now, that's been like announced that's coming out.
Well, it's all like, and then you think about like all these games that have been coming out, like maybe Expedition 33, and then there's another. So it's very funny. 2 Game Pass games came out with it last month, both with 33 in their title.
Expedition 33 and
33 Immortals.
There we go, 33 Immortals.
Which 33 people are loving Expedition 33, big time. Single player game, people are loving it. Turn based is back apparently. But 33 Immortals is like a 33 player online co-op game.
Yeah, it's like isn't it? It's like a it's Hades. It's like a Hades thing, right?
Yeah, but with like a huge group of people, which sounds fun. I haven't played it. I have it downloaded. It's out, or at least in early access. Game preview. Sorry, Xbox game preview. Yeah. So, never seen any Sony stuff there. So it's like these big. Pokemon always has a big footprint there. Like last year, they had a big booth for the new games that came out like the year before. They still had stuff for it, but they haven't had a game in a while, so they didn't have anything there. But they always have the TCG. They always have other stuff.
Well, I mean, Elden Ring it's not technically through Sony, but it
is like
they work
very
with,
tied in with Sony.
So I wonder if that's more along lines of what you're going to see from like a PAX is not the games that are directly Bang, but the games that are more like Larian, like that, like maybe it's interesting.
Oh, there was Limited Run was there.
Oh.
They always have cool stuff, but like everything, there was a couple things I really liked. I'm like, let's go check the price on that. Everything was sold out. So, they had a really cool like Far Cry Blood Dragon thing. They had a special thing for the event where they're selling like not vintage, but very old like Star Wars Dark Forces. They had like a PAX exclusive stuff. They had like these very cool like special edition like Pod Racer and stuff, but all that was sold out. So like. And then they even crossed it off, so you couldn't even see how much it was. And I was like, all right, well, so like it being Saturday, if you want, so always a big thing people say is like, if you want merch, if you want cool stuff, always go on Thursday. If you want to buy stuff, go early because then like stuff's not sold out. So that's always a thing with that. So if like your 4-day pass, but I say if you've never been, absolutely go. I'll go next year if I'm around.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to. It's one of those things that, like, I was like, after doing this for 5 years now, I feel like I kind of should be going to them more. You know?
I saw one for sure. There saw a bunch of people like live cams on their shoulder streaming.
Yeah, nah.
Not as many this year. I only saw 3 or 4. I saw a few people getting followed around with cameras. I saw Scotty K Fitness.
Oh, Scotty K. Yeah, Scotty K's dope.
Yeah, he's cool.
Just for him, fuck V-Shred.
You know, my buddy was like, "Should I just go say fuck V-Shred to him?" I'm like, "Go take a picture of him." He's like, "I can't do that."
I can't do that.
I'm like, go take.
I would have just yelled.
I recognized him right away, and I was like, "Yo!" And he's like, "Oh, Scotty K Fitness."
That's awesome.
This is no dig to him. Much shorter than I thought he was.
Oh, really?
He's probably 5'7".
It's funny when you see creators on there, and then you see him in person. Yeah. You see this thing. He's like,
because he is a big guy in person. He's very big. He's big. Yeah. It's not like he's not small by any means. But I thought he was a tall guy.
You thought he was like 6 foot, like 6.
Yeah, at least, yeah. Because he's a big dude. So like, and in person, he's not a small guy by any means. I'm not like digging on the guy. I just thought he was taller.
Yeah, that's fair.
Big mustache, I will say.
Gorgeous mustache.
Mustache bigger in person.
Yeah. I did see that. I saw that. I don't know if Grizzy was there, but I saw some of the like Pezzy and Puffer were there. These are both guys that are from his like circle that I know of. Yeah. You showed me the S fan was there. We couldn't
remember his name. He we were at his table, not knowing that that's his company, and we were standing there. We're looking at mouse pads. A cat bought 2 of his mouse pads, and then another one of my buddies bought another mouse pad. So I was standing there with a buddy, and he walked right by, and I was like, and he was being followed the camera. I'm like, yeah. Before I even saw the camera, I was like, how do I know that guy?
So I was gonna say you might be in the video then that he posted. Have you looked?
I have not, but it was like it was a real whatever thing because he had just walked through the booth and then he went out back and it was like whatever. Yeah. But I saw a video where he like went up to the booth and was like, "Oh, like tell me," and she was like selling it to him, and he's like, "I'm gonna trick her. She doesn't know who I am." And then afterwards, he's like, "I'm one of the owners." She's like, "Oh, I know," and she's like, I was trying to fool you. You were fooling me the whole time." She's like, I treat everyone the same. And it was funny because that same exact girl, we had walked up, and they have a bunch of Kaiju number 8 mouse pads, a ton of them. And they had a bunch of Fryren mouse pads. They had RuneScape mouse pads. They kind of had a bunch of stuff, cool stuff. And then she's like, "Oh, we got a bunch of Kaiju number 8 mouse pads. Or you get a deal?" And I'm like, and maybe my buddy, I'm like, I haven't watched it. My buddy's like, "I watched an episode. I need to sit down and finish it." And she's like, "Well, do you guys want mouse pads?" And I was like, no.
It's one of those things. Like I had a buddy tell me to watch it. I watched the first episode, and I kind of was just like, I was like, I don't really want to watch anymore. But then I did, and I was like, okay, it's slow burn, and then it just gets better. It's one of those ones.
You know, so a bunch of JoJo stuff, bunch of Kaiju number 8, bunch of Fryren. I didn't see any solo leveling stuff. There's a booth that sells like mystery boxes where you get a bunch of you get like a coffee mug, you get some bullshit, but it's like a mystery box. People always love getting the mystery box.
It's just like a copyright, like you get a bunch of random copyrighted things.
Yeah, so I bought like a Halo one year, and I went, this sucks. I got like a coffee mug, a pair of socks that doesn't fit me because I got big legs.
I was gonna say it's always the same thing with those companies where like they'll show you like, oh, you can get this, and it's like one of the helmets in the back. It's like a replica gun, a big shirt, and then it's like you open it up and it's like I got a sticker, a keychain, and a mug. Like cool.
Yes. So literally, I got like a stand with a little mini energy swords on it. That was cool. I don't know what happened. It disappeared somewhere. Yeah. But they had a bunch of solo leveling stuff. That is the one solo leveling thing I saw in the entire con, which I was surprised because it's such a popular show.
Yeah, it's nice to see Freerun getting a bunch of stuff though, because that was such a good show.
And watch it.
Watch it. You should. It's so good. It's
romance.
No, it's genuine. No. There's the romance.
I thought it was like. Okay.
No, the romance is like you're gonna be sitting there. And there's gonna be times where suddenly you're like, why is it hard to breathe right now? Because it's like just the gulp thing. But then there's also like, there's one part where one of the girls, like, there's like a fight scene. And I won't spoil anything for you, but there's a fight scene. And it's like, why is she using basic magic? Like, there's nothing special about her magic. And then she just starts picking up the pace of using the magic. And she's just using basic magic, but instead of just, like, one shot at a time, it's, like, 10, and they're all coming at different angles. And the pace of it is just picking up. And she's like, why are you fighting so unfair? This isn't fair. This shouldn't be like, that sort of thing. And it's one of those things that's like, oh, that's sick. And then it's like, why do you only know basic magic? And it's like, my master told me the basic magic is all I need to defeat mages of this age. And it's like,
Okay.
oh, and that's
Dunked on.
that's like 9 episodes in, and then
Okay.
she drops that, and it's like, oh shit, like we're
So
in
I know, like,
4.
last year it was like Vinland Saga season 3, Solo Level season 1, and then Fryren were like
Yep.
the top big 3 last year. I saw Vinland Saga. I saw Solo Leveling. Love Solo Leveling. I like Vinland Saga, but man, and you know, like, this is a big debate online. I'm like, what a snooze fest, and people are like, oh, you can't be afraid, and I'm like, I don't care.
I don't think I've seen Vinland Saga.
I'm like, it's just him being like having like severe PTSD for 20 episodes. So
Doesn't sound like a fun watch.
it just is like,
I will.
I'm like, oh, it's real sad. I don't know.
This is the big one as well that happened was that, and I actually I will agree with this controversial take. Freerun is better than solo leveling.
Okay.
Solo leveling, the action sequences and the hype moments
Dude,
very
you're
good.
not into aura farming, dude.
No, that's the thing, is like they're very good. However,
Yeah.
free runs, they're just across the board, just better.
Yeah.
And that's a tough one. That's a tough one to say out loud, but yeah. Nah, so it's not, I mean, I'm glad you had a great time. I was wondering, you know, so I love to hear that. Sucks that there wasn't as much it seemed like. You know, who knows if there was anything that DeNutte missed or that I missed from not seeing online.
I definitely missed stuff.
Yeah, let us know, because we're, you know, as always, we'll take a look at, you know, what happened, what was there, what wasn't there.
It's always a different story too. If I was there for a couple days, then I definitely would like wait in line or do stuff like this. But it's like, it's always a one-day experience, you know.
If it's a one-day experience, it's like, okay, what are the main things that I want?
Because I've been there and I've waited like an hour in line, and then that just like messes up seeing other stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the thing, is it's like, if I go, I definitely would want to go for more than one day, I think.
yeah.
So,
And then you get to see like exhibits and stuff, and that's cool. Not exhibits, panels.
Yeah.
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 Oh, they had a room set up with like vintage and Japanese arcades. That was kind of cool.
Ooh.
That was free, so we played a couple games in there, and
There we go.
we played a really, really old Dragon Ball Z game.
Ooh.
Like, definitely from the 90s. Super janky.
I love that. Love
Yeah.
it.
So
Yeah, so if DeNutte missed anything, or if there was anything that you guys found cool or interesting, let us know down in the comments down below, right? Let us know if I should go to this one or what I should go to. I was recently told that one of my friends might start doing some cosplay conventions on the East Coast here within the next couple years. So maybe.
in September they're doing Granite Con, in Manchester, Granite State Comic Con. That's a fun one. That's just a fun one to go to for a day.
Yeah, maybe
That's accessible for you.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do that.
It's in September. We checked because my buddy who I went with, we always go to this Granite Con in September this year. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely have to look at that then. 'Cause,
accessible.
I mean, there's always the one up in Burlington, like the Green Mountain one, and I'm just kind of sitting there every time it comes up online and I see it, I'm just like, no. Like,
Granite Con's a big Ninja Turtle.
I
TMNT
remember you saying that last year. Yeah.
Every year it is. Rest in peace. The creator of TMNT died right before this one, and it was like the 50th anniversary. So it was supposed to be a big one with him there. Gimli was at that one. We were gonna get our Magic card signed by him.
Oh, that's dope.
It was $100 to get it signed by him. And I can't justify that.
Yeah, no, I am.
Just a signature is $100, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah, that's.
He's a big dude. Talk about not who you expect. That
Yeah.
guy's like 6'3".
Oh wow, really?
Gimli's huge.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
he's a big boy.
big
Old,
boy.
a big boy. Which you don't see a lot of big boys like that old, because he's like in his 80s.
Yeah. So, like I said, let us know down in the comments down below. What do you guys think I should go? Where do you think I should go? This upcoming year, or for the rest of the year, maybe even. You know, if there's something cool that you guys think. So, next week.
Is Lorcana next week?
No, that's in a couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Next week though is trading card. We are doing card game, and as you can tell from DeNutte's reaction and my reaction, You guys will find out when we find out. So
yeah, we haven't figured that one out because I was like, I don't remember what we're doing next week.
it's dude, the schedule has been very janky. Let's put it like that.
It is what it is. We're doing this a day late too, so
exactly. So as always, depending on you guys, a little bit. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, everyone. Stay safe, and we might talk to you later if I can talk.
Might have a stroke.
Bye. Jesus.